Hey YouTubers, we're in a 2004 GMC Yukon and we have that blinking ABS and brake warning light coming on. Let's see if I can show you guys. It's intermittent, sometimes it comes on, sometimes it doesn't. But that brake ABS light should come on and then go out like it just did. Ours sometimes stays on and sometimes it doesn't. So usually that means there's an electrical ground issue. So to fix it, you just need some contact electrical cleaner and a standard head screwdriver should be all you need to get to the ABS and clean the electrical contacts. But you might need to go deeper and clean a ground connection. We'll show that today too, using a wire brush and your drill and a ratchet. So let's do the ABS one first, and it's going to be easy. It's just going to be located underneath the driver's side. You can just crawl underneath the car. I'll show you guys. I'm just going to crawl underneath the driver's side here. We got a nice piece of cardboard we can lay on. So you usually don't have to jack up the car because he's right up so high. You should have enough room to get underneath here. And so I can show you guys where the ABS is located. All right, so here is the driver's side front tire coming back. We came back about 1.5 feet, and then we're going to go this way toward the passenger side. And this guy right here is the ABS system, and then the modules above it. So the best way to get to this, get this suspension piece here. Best way is probably coming from the other side, but you can see it pretty good right here too. So I'm just laying down, looking up. You got these brake lines coming in, and then you have an electrical connector here. We're going to clean in one here. So for this one, we'll pull down on this tab, and we're going to pull this wire out. And just take a look at it. It looks good. It looks like that's a nice clean connection. We'll spray a little cleaner in there, a little cleaner in here. We're going to pull down on this. Pull down on this pink plastic tab. You could use your screwdriver too to help you pull it down. All right, I get my little standard head screwdriver. It gives me more leverage to pull down on this plastic tab. This part here is the ABS module. It's held in by Torx 20 screw here and here. And then there's, can't see it on camera, but there's another one over where the screwdriver is here, and there's one over in that corner. So you can use a ratchet and a Torx 20, and you can unloosen those. You can loosen those four. Get this whole module off, and you can replace it. Some people also remove this upper portion, and then you can redo some of the solder. That could be the cause. But the first thing to rule out is just this bad ground we'll show here in a few minutes, and just these two electrical connectors. There's actually a third connector that's back from where the screwdriver is by about 4 inches, but it's just really hard to get to unless you lift this module up first by removing those 4 screws. So just for ease of use, we're just going to do these guys first up, and then we'll go and do the ground connection too. Usually those intermittent things are, bad solder joint or just a bad ground. So once you get that thing down, you should be able to separate this electrical connector. I had to push in here. Now it seems like it's coming loose. Push in. Now we can get it down. Connector out. So that connector also looks pretty good. Does not look dirty. But I'm going to clean it anyway. It has a lot of prongs to it, huh? Do the male side and the female side for both of these. We'll plug them back in, and then we'll do the ground one. Let's do the cleaning right now. All right, so I'm going to just spray clean. So squirt here on the top of this one. Now we're going to plug them back in. This big one in first. Take your time. You line it up really good. Go in slowly, wiggle it. Push it all the way up. It's really seated in there, and then push that pink piece in to where it locks. And do this one. Push it all the way up in there. And then push this in. Lock that in. Alright, so we got those in tight. And now we're going to do that ground we're showing you guys earlier. So we're going to crawl out from underneath this section. We're going to go to, that's where the ABS is. Now we're going this way toward that front tire again. These two spots here are ground connections. Cleaned these not too long ago, and then I sprayed some primer over it just to protect them. I'm going to loosen these two and then clean up these connections again. These are the two ground connections for the ABS system. That might do the trick. So these are 13 millimeter. I'm going to just spin these off. Here's our connector. So we'll just clean in here really good. Could be some corrosion on this brass piece. I'm sorry, copper piece. This side looks pretty good. We'll clean both sides. We'll clean the frame. And we're just going to use a wire brush. To speed it up, we'll use one that's hooked to a drill. Frame looking really good. Make sure you wear some eye protection. And then this piece itself will clean up. Clean up the other side. Alright, looking pretty shiny. You get a little more of this paint off. At the top. That's nice. Then on the washer that makes contact down here, I'll try to clean that up too. You get everything pretty clean. I'm going to put this back in position. We'll keep this bolt back in. We'll repeat it on this side. Same technique. Just clean everything up. And these are the ground connections. And ground connections should always be very clean, free of corrosion, and very tight. So we got it clean. Tighten it up. And that may get rid of that intermittent light. If it doesn't, I can either get a refurbished module, pop it in there for about $100. New one's about probably $400. Or I can open up the top of it and redo the solder joints. Probably just get a refurbished one though. And with ABS warning lights, make sure that the ABS system is not having some other trouble. Make sure you have your brake fluid, maybe have a brake expert check it out for you. If it's your brake system, you don't want to fool around. Nice and tight. I'm finding that the threads are maybe stripped, so I'm not getting it much tighter, so I'm going to put a little nut behind this one because I do need to get it really tight. I'm going to see if I have a nut that fits that same thread pattern. So I'm going to add this nut behind there to just get a little tighter. So we'll do the same thing. We'll push that in, put in our bolt, get that tight, and we'll have this little nut behind it to give it extra strength, because I think the old one was probably just got stripped out. You put the nut behind there. There's a little space here where you can fit in. I'm just doing it by feel. Get the nut in position. Feel the bolt threading onto it. Get that spinning. So I'm going to put a ratchet on that nut in the back. Okay, now we got to get it pretty tight. We got the nut and the bolt. That's going to be much better. All right, I'm happy about that. It's a tight connection. Do the same here. That should do the trick. And if it doesn't, no big deal. Then it's just time to get a refurbished ABS module. This applies for the GMC trucks, like the Tahoe, Yukon, Silverado from 2000 to 2006, the same piece. We'll put a link in the description below to get a new one of these and also refurbished. And again, just pull 4 Torx 20 screws, pull off this electric connector, and this one in the back. You can lift off the module, pop in the new one, and you'll be all set. Hopefully this will help you guys to get rid of your intermittent ABS brake warning light. So now when we go in the car and start up the car, you have the ABS warning light comes on and then it should come off. So that's really good. That's what's supposed to happen. And if it comes back on, then I know I'm dealing with a ABS module. I'll replace it or repair it. But first rule out the ground problem and the connector problem maybe being corroded. So we clean that, we've got better ground, and hopefully that'll do the trick. Watching our video, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance. And also click the little bell notification button so we can send you weekly videos on all the different ways of fixing appliances around your home and saving you lots of money. So thanks again for watching, and please also press the like button for our video if this was helpful to you. Feel free to contact me at the email listed below, which is scottthefixitguy@yahoo.com, with any of your questions.